Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the Business and Motivational Call with your girl, Salandia Hammond, a.k.a. Sue Ham, baby. And I am excited to have you guys back here again on the call for another Wednesday. As you know, we do this call every Wednesday at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And for those of you who are new to the call, we welcome you with open arms. And for those who are here every Wednesday, we say thank you for joining us, taking 15, 20 minutes out of your day to spend it with us. Now, as promised, you know, we always got a great call, right? I'm excited, super excited about our guest today, Stevie Aisha Mills. But before we get into who Stevie is and bring her onto the call, we have to do a little bit of housekeeping, get this out, and then we can get into the call. I want to let everybody know that tomorrow, Thursday, January 8th, we have a really, really big training coming up. If you guys are following me on Facebook under Sue Ham, you see I've been advertising how to make $20 to $100 a day. Well, we have a training, a free training that's happening on tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And if you register, even if you can't be at the training physically via your computer, you will be sent the recording. So if you register, you can go to SueHam.com and register for the free webinar. Just go to SueHam.com, click on the tab that says free training, and sign up for the free training and on how to make $20 to $100 posting on Facebook. I kid you not, I did this in my spare time in 2014, and I made $23,000. So, and it's just simply posting things on Facebook. And I'm sure as we get into the call, Stevie will be able to tell you some of the things that she's doing and how she's been able to generate funding from Facebook, posting on Facebook as well. So you definitely want to do that. Also, for those of you who want to be somewhere warmer, if you're like me, I'm in South Carolina, and it's like 36 degrees. I think tomorrow's supposed to be in the teens, like 18. Then meet me and Terry L. Clay, my business partner in Florida, Miramar Beach, Florida, February 28th through March 5th for the Business Explosion Mastermind, where we will be working with 10 people in an intimate setting in a private mansion, 7,500 square feet, where we're going to actually help you to publish your book, tell you what it takes to get speaking engagement, help you create products, help you to establish residual income, money that you have coming in every day or monthly basis, and so many other things. If you want to find out more information about that mastermind, just go to businessexplosion.net. That's businessexplosion.net, or simply hit me up on Facebook. I am Sue Ham, SUE-HAM on Facebook, and let's talk about it. All right, let's go ahead and get into this call. I have the dynamic female entrepreneur coach of the year, Stevie Aisha Mills, and I'm hoping I'm pronouncing her middle name right. I met Stevie online on Facebook. That's one of the beautiful things about the internet. One of the beautiful things about social media is you get to meet so many different people. You get to further realize your dreams and accomplish them. You get to make extra money. You get to build relationships. And I happened to meet Stevie online. And ever since meeting her, it's just been a blessing. You know, she has such a bubbly spirit, very energetic, very caring, and very authentic. Nothing fake or phony about her. But not only does she have such a great, genuine personality, her business skills are really top-notch, really unmatched. And I love being challenged by people who can help to take me to that next level. And I certainly qualify Stevie Aisha Mills as one of those women. She's a motivational speaker. She's a business coach. She lives to empower others, to help you better your personal and your business lives. She genuinely cares about people. That's a missing ingredient, I feel, in the world today. It seems like everybody's in such a rush to shove their products down your throat, or either in such a rush to get what they need from you, and they forget that they need to reciprocate what it is that they want. They need to be able to give it. And I love that about Stevie, because she's truly a relationship-type person. She genuinely cares about people. She's been traveling all over the world doing different conferences. She's been working with different celebrities. She's been helping people to catapult their careers, their business, and their personal lives to the next level. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Business Empowerment and Motivational Call, Miss Stevie Aisha Mills. Morning, Stevie.
Good morning, Sue Ham, baby. You know, I always say I can't do that justice, but I hear myself doing that justice in my mind. I am so excited to be here today. Thank you. And I am Stevie Aisha Mills. I know you can appreciate the song. Aisha. Oh. Oh.
Hey.
Thank you. Thank you for allowing me to be here.
Now, because you sung it, I will remember to pronounce it correctly. Aisha. I got you. Like Moesha.
Yeah. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
If you're new to the call and new to myself, listen, I am a clown. I love to have fun. I believe that in business and in life, you have to integrate humor into it, man. That's what it's about. You can't take yourself too seriously. So, Stevie, I hope I did you justice on introducing you. I'm sure I left something out. So why don't you take a couple of minutes and tell people how you came into the scene, right, who you are, and just a little about what you're doing.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, you did an incredible job. I was like, Suzanne was talking about me because I have such great respect for you and the person who you are, and I am just thankful to be here. I actually kind of fell into entrepreneurship. I tell people all the time that I started in kindergarten and I went straight through grad school. So the next logical thing for me was to get a job, or so I thought. I did get a job. I worked for a Fortune 100 company, and it stressed me completely out. I actually posted some pictures last night on Facebook when I went from size 14 to size 0. I had shingles. I had 3 colonoscopies within 30 days, 2 within 24 hours, because they didn't know what was going on with my body. And I didn't know it was stress until the shingles came. My doctor said shingles comes from stress when you're at a certain age. You know, older people get shingles kind of naturally, but when you're under, I think this was 2010, so I was about 30.
Oh, wow.
29, 30-ish. So she said she had gotten it in medical school. And so she was telling me that's where it came from. So all this time I had been stressed without knowing it. And I relate that experience to feeling like being a caged bird in the workplace environment. I am very, excited, bubbly, all those great things you said, that is me. And then in the environment that I worked in, although it was a great job, although it was a great salary, great benefits, I felt completely trapped because the first time in my life, I've been in school for the majority of my life, and a lot of time in college, so I was able to come and go like I wanted to, create my own schedule, things that I enjoy as an entrepreneur. So in 2010, that's the last time I worked for anyone full time, and my life has changed since then. I've been able to truly make my own decisions. I've been able to learn things like how to create sponsorship, how to utilize the internet to get money, like you said, how to have live events. And that was something that I had never tried to do before. 2011, I launched a multi-city tour called the Beauty from Head to Toe Tour. That's where I met the phenomenal Terry Clay when I did the stop in Atlanta. And at that time, I didn't know what I was doing. I was like the blind leading the blind, because I just stepped out on faith. And so I was able to acquire a location for the tour stop in Atlanta. If you know anything about Atlanta prices and rates of buildings, I think I was able to negotiate to get a lower rate in this beautiful hotel downtown Atlanta. Then I was able to get people to pay to share my platform. And that was before, it's funny because a lot of things that people are doing now, I did 5 years ago. And it was nothing but the grace of God, because I didn't know how to do it. It wasn't anything else. So people would pay to speak, and in turn, I would give the money to the venue. So I actually had the tour the first year in Greensboro, North Carolina, where I lived. Then we went to Roanoke, Virginia, Raleigh, North Carolina, and ended in Atlanta, Georgia. And I didn't know really anyone in Georgia. I didn't know anything about marketing. I had a PR degree, so that was helpful. But just got down Dynamic Faith, and people still to this day are talking about that tour. it's not too many places I'll go. They won't say, even last night I was on a call, and they said, Stevie, when's the next tour? I'm like, okay, yeah. So about that, I've become so comfortable with virtual events and in love with virtual events and just being able to work from my home. To make money. It's kind of like, okay, but I know, live events definitely have their benefits when you get to be face-to-face with people and feel their spirit. But we have Google Hangouts for that. So I'm kind of, I did promise to do an event in Atlanta this year. So that's
awesome.
That's the quick and dirty about who Stevie Aisha Mills is.
Now, Stevie, let me ask you this. And you may have said it, I may have missed it. I was just so engaged in your conversation, just listening about you stepping out on faith, because one of the things that I have this call for is to encourage people to strengthen their faith and to have the one-on-one conversation with themselves about why they are really here and what it is that they really need to do with why they're here, what really makes them happy, because I saw the picture you posted last night on Facebook about the shingles and how you went from a size 14 to a 0 from stress, from, a job. Even though you were making great money, still it wasn't your life's purpose. It wasn't your life's work, so to speak, mission. And I, too, know how that is because I was working a job that, and I tell people this all the time, I hate it with every fiber of my being. And because I hated it so much and I knew I was destined to do other things, I felt like going in there, I was really like a zombie, walking dead, killing myself slowly. And it started to materialize into physical pain. So not only was it mental pain, I started having physical pain. My body started to break down. So I know how that is to be doing something that you totally feel that you're not cut out to do, but to be afraid to step away from it. And so that's why I try to encourage people to have faith and step out and do the thing for which you were created, because even though you may fall flat on your face, you can bounce back because that's why you're here. So if that's why you're here, as long as you continue to go forward, you will eventually succeed at it, right? But what I want to ask you is, what made you step out and just say, you know what, I'm going to do the tour. I'm going to launch the multi-city tour. Never done this before. Don't know anything about it. But you know what? I want to do this. What drove you? I mean, I know it was, being fed up at the job probably. But what was that defining moment that said, you know what, I'm doing something different?
Wow. When I made the decision to do the tour, I think what happened was that I've been in network marketing for a long time, probably since 2004-ish, and I started with Mary Kay Cosmetics. And so Mary Kay, although I love Mary Kay, I've learned a lot in Mary Kay, but I needed to do something more. And for me, it was about the fact that Mary Kay is a cosmetics company, so the thing about it that I started that resonated on my heart was, what about the woman who's buying this makeup because she's trying to cover up some pain and hurt inside of her? Or what about this woman who doesn't have this to afford, but she's trying to keep up with the Joneses? That's just how my mind works. So the Beauty from Head to Toe tour was started through that. We would talk about being more than just makeup. That was one of the things we did. Or we would talk about getting over it and going on. So we would incorporate the physical side of beauty. Beauty is actually an acronym. Beautiful, empowering, appreciated, unique, truth-telling, yearning to be, doing, grow more. So it just resonated. I knew that I had to do something more than just sell makeup. And so although I was in Mary Kay for a few years, it definitely became the foundation of the Beauty from Head to Toe tour. And so that is that answer. The transition to leave my job, actually, I'm sure you've heard of Lettucey, the artist Lettucey. She has a song called All Right. That song, I used to stand on that song every day because, I don't know, it just did something for my spirit. And so when I was able to meet Lettucey, I told her, thank you for what you're doing, thank you. And then it resonated with me that, to whom much is given, much is required. Had she never made that song, I would not have had something to listen to. I believe in the power of music strongly. So that, and also I had a great family who supported me. I would talk to my cousin a lot, who's kind of like my big brother. I would talk to him, and we would talk about just faith and, building my faith. I had a great church. So I was surrounded by a lot of different people encouraging me. So I always tell people to get with your balcony people and stay away from your basement people. Your balcony people will pull you up, and your basement people will pull you down. That's their job, to bring you to the basement. So thank God I've had a lot of balcony people in my life. So for me, it was kind of easy to see myself stepping out of faith. Yes, it was a fearful journey, but at the end of it all, I knew what's the worst that could happen. And like my pastor always says, what do you quit to? I knew I wasn't going back to that job, so I just kind of stepped out, and it wasn't the easiest thing, like, to figure out how we're going to get this money, how we're going to get these people, because the only real cities that I had some ties to these different areas, but Atlanta is funny because the BET Hip Hop Awards was the same weekend that my event was. So I didn't know that. That was before I knew about checking the schedule of other cities and all the stuff and making sure no major event was going on. We had a 2-day event, which I met DMX during that time, so it was cool. But it was just about, like, really truly knowing, having the faith and belief in myself, first of all, and knowing that God has made provisions for my vision. So
let me ask you this. What was the hardest part about making the decision to actually walk in your purpose? What would you say was the hardest thing? Was it leaving the secured income, or was it a fear of failure, or was it something else?
I think it was just a fear of not knowing. Like, before, when I didn't have the money to, like, do the things, like create a website, which I knew I needed a website. I didn't have the money for it, so I had to learn how to do it. Just really the whole year, the fearful part for me was being sick, because I didn't know what was going to be happening from that. Once I got well, just truly saying, do I have what it takes to make these connections? Do I have what it takes to, have a 2-day event in Atlanta, have an event like other cities down that part of? I have a great network in my city at that time, and so I didn't really know what to do. I spent a lot of time, effort, energy, and money trying to do some different things during the journey. So I think that it was just trusting myself. That has been the biggest thing, the fearful part, trusting myself, making sure that I could do what I set out to do, and making sure I made the right decision. And again, I had a graduate degree. So it's like most people, that's not, entrepreneurship at that time was not there, what you do. So just the whole thing about shouldn't I have a job? Isn't this, where are people going to stay? It was a lot of different things going in my mind. And then part of it, go ahead.
I just want to say I like that what you just said, because I think the average person, which you have a graduate degree, many people listening to this call may think, okay, she has a graduate degree, so she should have pure confidence to do whatever she wants to do, whether it be in corporate America or whether it be in, being an entrepreneur. And for the callers that are listening, I want you to understand that it doesn't matter what you have. There are people that have multiple degrees. Confidence does not rest on your degree. It is something that rests on the inside of you, on believing in you. And we all struggle with that from time to time, especially when we're doing something new, something different, or we don't know, it's like we don't know what's beyond tomorrow. We tend to become afraid, but the key thing is faith. And I think that's what I'm hearing you say. Is that right?
Yes.
Well, now, let me ask you this, Stevie. What has been the best thing that has happened to you since you decided to step out on faith and do what it is that you do?
Well, just really living life on my own terms. I think that covers the whole thing. Being able to know that actually people will pay me for what I do. Not for a company and what they do or anything like that, but they pay me for what I do and what I create. And, days do get hard, and that's why I call on you or Terry or Robin or someone. Days do get hard still, but I believe in the power that God has given me to be able to do what I want to do. And so those are the best things. And not having, if I want to take a nap at 1 o'clock or go back to bed, I can. And I don't have to be as somebody. I can live my life the way I think everyone has a business inside of them. I do. That's truly. Whether you decide to do it or not, that's up to you. But when I was on the job, I knew there was a better way. I just didn't know what that way was. And so during the time and transition of my life, I just realized that I'm called to empower people. That's what I do. I'm called to show people that they can do it. No matter what you have, we all have an it factor inside of us, and it is here to put into the world. So, yes, I did have these things. I had these degrees, but at the same time, those are tools that I'm equipped with. That's not what I was supposed to do.
I love it. I love something that you just touched on. You said that there are days when it is hard and you may not know the next step, so therefore you call on mentors or you may do research. And I love the fact that you mentioned that, because one of the things I try to tell people is that you should never stop learning. Even I have mentors, everybody who is good or aspires to be better has a mentor, because you always want to learn more. And I love the fact that you are working to help people to bring out their it factor, Stevie, because everybody has an it factor. Some of us realize it early on, and some of us need a little bit of help. We need a little bit of cultivating, and we thank God that there's Stevie Aisha Mills here to help us with that. And I love how you said, too, one of the biggest things that you love is living life on your own terms. And when you put it like that, you're right. It does encompass everything. If you want to take a nap in the middle of the day, or like for me with my son, if I just want to go in the middle of the day to his school, I don't have to, ask my boss, can I get off or this or that. So it's such a great thing. So, Stevie, we are coming towards the end of the call. What I want to do now is I'd like for you to tell them what some of the things that you actually do online that has been affording you the freedom that you have.
Yes, I do a few things. I love virtual events. I am so huge on virtual events. Meaning, for me, we just did one in December, the 24 Hours of Music and Power event, and we had speakers each and every day throughout December, and sometimes I think we ended up with 46 speakers. So,
oh, wow.
Yeah, and out of that, we were able to develop an audio series. So, they sponsored their talks, and then we allowed the people to connect for free. Who were listening. And people, it was just supposed to be for December, but people are still like, when's our next talk? When's our next this? When are we having, is there going to be a tour? Like, they are really on to this. And we also developed through that, it's called the It Factor Interchange. And so in that, it's a membership program that I started where people can come together, they can create, they can collaborate, they can connect, and just really be with like-minded people. So I did that as well online. This is all online. Then we also have I do health and wellness program. I do something called WOW, which we call Women of Worth. And that's through this company called Total Life Changes. But me and Tamika Washington took it a step further. And so we've tried to show women how they can use network marketing, specifically with Total Life Changes, to enhance their own lives and to enhance the skills that they have. Like, we have a lady in our group who is part of Total Life Changes, but she also creates baskets. That's her main job. So we are showing her how to intertwine. For me,
Gotcha.
It's all about you living your best life. So I tell people the greatest foundation you can have before you can even become an entrepreneur is health and wellness. So that's how I utilize mine. But we also have, with Danny Clay, the Magnificent Lady Movement, which is run pretty much all online. So I do a lot. 90% of the work I do is online. And I believe just because, for one, it makes it a lot easier, and especially for those people who are aspiring to business, who were like me a few years ago, who only had a computer or a phone. It keeps your overhead low. You can work from anywhere in the world.
Yes. Yes.
It's just great, and you work around your schedule. And so when you put your systems in place, your business literally works around the clock. And so I just love it. I love being able to work from my home or wherever I want to work, and I love being able to send people to my websites or connect with them on social media. So many of my clients now, it's funny, I live in a city where I'm based, but I don't have a lot of clients in the city. Most of my clients are from across the world, like Jamaica, Europe, across the state. So it just is an awesome experience.
Man, that sounds phenomenal. And, you know, me being a part of the Internet lifestyle, I can attest to it. It is the best feeling in the world to be able to have systems in place and then wake up and, you know, get emails or Facebook alerts from people telling you thank you for helping me to take my business to the next level or inspiring me or motivating me to step out and live my dreams. And then also those great emails that you get, PayPal has sent you money, you know?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Those are equally as great. But what I would like for you to do now, Stevie, is I'm going to open up the call to see if anybody has any questions or comments. But before I do that, Stevie, I want you to tell people how they can find you, how they can connect with you.
Definitely connect with me at Stevii.com, and my name is Stevii as in Victory, II.com. There you can sign up for my mailing list. You can get connected to my social media, everything that I have going on. So that's the easiest place.
Awesome. Okay, we're going to open up the call and see if we got any questions or comments. Just one moment. Okay, so if you have a question or a comment for Stevie, just hit *6, and you will be placed into the Q&A queue, and I will select you. If you have a question or a comment for Stevie, just hit *6. All right. Caller, your last four of your phone number is 1044. State your name and where you're calling from and your question or your comment.
This is Nana Kuse Ventures. I'm calling from Cincinnati, Ohio. And I have
awesome.
I just called to say that I love Stevie's work, just Stevie. I've been following her, and you, Sue, too. I've been following both of you. You are doing an amazing, trailblazing job. I'm following you, and I'm very inspired. And I wish all the blessings for Stevie. God will bless her as she keep going. Just get a comment.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
You have a great day. Stevie, all the way from Ohio. See, that's the beauty of technology, man. I tell you. I'm in South Carolina. Stevie, you're in North Carolina, right?
Mm-hmm. I am.
Yeah, that's the beauty of technology. Anyone else with a comment or a question, just hit *6. Stevie, anything you got coming up here that you want to tell people about that they need to be on the lookout for?
We have a book, actually. I'm doing a collaboration book coming up. It should be out in May. We have 15, including myself, authors, and we're going to talk to you about how to develop a powerhouse brand. So I'm truly excited about that, and because it's amazing. It's something I told the ladies when we started. I said I want to develop something where we are talking to the aspiring entrepreneur or in the startup phases who was like me, who needed a handbook to say this is how you do it, because I didn't have that, and it would have been such a great benefit. And so we are definitely doing that. I am concentrating. Also, I have some speaking engagements. I'll be speaking in virtually next month about self-love for a Premier Greens event. And then in May, I'll be speaking at Global Millennial Conference in Ohio as well. So I am looking forward to just a great year. I am taking the first quarter by storm and just really concentrating on the It Factor interchange and the WOW movement and everything else God has blessed me to do.
That is awesome. Once again, tell them how they can connect with you to find out about all these great events and everything that you have going on.
Yes. Definitely connect with me at Stevii.com. Again, that's Stevii. It will show you how to connect via social media as well. I'm always on Facebook. Also, you can sign up for my newsletter there.
All right, so Stevii, Stevii.com.
Yes.
Awesome. Well, Stevie, I want to thank you so much for coming onto the show and sharing with us your story as well as some insight on how to actually follow your dreams and how to become financially independent, how to actually get out and help others discover their it factor. I want to thank my listeners for coming and listening every Wednesday morning. This call will be uploaded to my website, suham.com, SUEHAM.com momentarily, as well as on all of my social media platforms. It'll be on my fan page, which is Suham, SUE-HAM. We ask you guys to listen to it over and over again, to share it with someone who may need to connect with Stevie. And as always, we want to get you to tune in tomorrow for the free training webinar on how to make $20 to $100 a day on Facebook. Simply sign up for that free webinar at suham.com, SUEHAM.com. Just select the free training tab, and you will be well on your way. Guys, in closing, we encourage you to live, love, learn, and laugh. Don't quit. Follow your dreams to success. Your dreams, not anyone else's. And remember, we are loving you to life. We'll see you here next Wednesday at 9 a.m. Make sure you share the call. It will be posted to all the social media sites momentarily. You guys have a great day and the remainder of the week. Follow your dreams now. Do it.